and welcome to this tutorial video for OCA Aspire. This video will briefly acquaint you with the tools on the Assessment tab. For a more in-depth look at each of the tools, you may reference other videos in this series or your user guide. You'll be able to quickly get familiar with the Assessment tab because OCA Aspire was designed with the input of chiropractors and other healthcare professionals. Moving from the top of the page to the bottom, the Assessment tab replicates a general assessment workflow. This means all the tools you'll need to perform an assessment are exactly where you expect them to be. At the top of the page, we have the Case Management section. The Case Management section allows you to create and manage cases. Cases act like file folders to organize your patient notes. When a note is created, it's saved to a patient case. If you have multiple practitioners seeing one patient, you could organize your notes into cases based on the type of treatment. For example, a patient could have separate cases for chiropractic and massage therapy visits. On the right, you'll find any reminders you've set for this patient. These reminders are like sticky notes at the top of your screen. That way you'll always remember any important details, saving you time from having to sort through all your notes. To view the cumulative patient profile, from the top right, click View CPP. The CPP panel will appear on the right side of the screen. The CPP includes information such as reminders, medical history, medications, and more. This way, all the information you need about your patient is immediately available whenever you need it. To close the CPP pane, click anywhere outside of the CPP and it will disappear. Beneath the patient case selector on the right is where you can set the date for the assessment. You can easily change the date on your notes by clicking the date and selecting a new day from the date picker. The first section of the assessment itself is the Chief Complaint section. Here you can enter one or multiple chief complaints. Each chief complaint can have any number of attributes associated with it, such as date of onset, the degree of pain, as well as various descriptors of the complaint, like what provokes it or the quality of the pain. If you need to include any additional details about the complaint, you can enter freeform notes by clicking any of the purple comment buttons, or enter them in the Unrelated section at the bottom. After entering a chief complaint, to save the data entered, you must click the gold Apply button at the bottom of the Chief Complaint section. After documenting your patient's chief complaint, you can move on to the Test section. In this section, you can perform various tests and record your findings. At the top of the section, there's a checkbox to indicate you've obtained informed verbal consent from your patient. Next, if you wish to, you can add your patient's vital signs by clicking the Vital Signs button. Under the Vital Signs area is where you'll find objective tests for various body parts. When you select a new body part, the test area below updates for that body part. After selecting a body part, select the type of test you're performing: palpation, range of motion, orthopedic, or neurologic. Each type of test has a custom interface. On the palpation and neurologic interfaces, after selecting your findings to save the results, click the Apply button. Tests such as skeletal palpation tests have an interactive diagram where you can click on the diagram to select a structure and then assign it attributes using the buttons on the right. Similarly, tests such as neuro show a table of anatomical structures you can select from on the left and attribute buttons on the right. Range of motion and ortho have predefined tests you can perform and record the results of. This helps you track your patient's outcomes over time. Additionally, under palpation, you can also mark up a diagram to document your findings. Just like a paper diagram, you can draw freehand or apply symbols like stamps, such as arrows, trigger points, and more. The markup diagram allows you to quickly document your findings in an intuitive manner, saving you time during your assessments. After you save the assessment, all your findings will be recorded in the test table on the summary page. The summary page is accessible at any time from the previous assessments pull-down. The assessment summary is a quick and convenient way for you to go back and review your notes, saving you time when preparing for appointments. The Diagnosis section comes after performing tests. Here you can enter one or multiple diagnoses. You can either search from the list of ICD-10 codes, or if there's no ICD-10 code for your diagnosis, you can enter your own custom diagnosis. If you're performing a differential diagnosis, click the DDX checkbox. Once applied, the diagnoses appear in the Diagnosis table. To round out the Diagnosis section, we have the Prognosis, Goals, and Plan sections. These are note fields where you can enter your notes using your keyboard, pre-configured text templates, or if your device supports it, voice-to-text dictation. The last section on the Assessment tab is the Treatment section. After you click the Add Treatment button, the treatment table populates with the configured default treatments based on the palpation test findings entered. Below the treatment table, you'll find the Education, Counseling, and Activity sections. Like the Prognosis, Goals, and Plan sections, you can enter your notes using your keyboard, using pre-configured text templates, or if your device supports it, voice-to-text dictation. If you have any additional comments that do not fit into another section, you can expand the Additional Comments section at the bottom of the screen and enter them there. Finally, at the bottom of the page, we have two buttons to either save a draft of the assessment or to complete and save the assessment. As you move through the assessment, you may notice a message in green appear from the top of the page. Every 60 seconds, a draft of the assessment is saved, so you will never lose your notes. Once you click the Complete Assessment button, you'll be taken to the Assessment Summary page, which will show all the information you entered into the Assessment tab. The assessment summary is not editable directly, but if you need to correct some information in the assessment after completing it, you can amend the assessment. For record keeping, both the original and the amended assessment will be saved. Congratulations! With this overview complete, you're now ready to experiment with assessments to acquaint yourself with its use. For further information about the Assessment tab, you can refer to the in-depth videos for each of the tools on the assessment page, or refer to your user guide. Using the robust assessment tools in OCA Aspire, it's easy to elevate your patient care and practice.